a little smaller group today so we can work much more on blending our tones, our voices. We're at a very crucial point in the world's evolution. The supramental force is throwing everything up to be faced by us. Most things not very pleasant. Greed, money, power lust. And we see leaders toppled. And we are here in an Om choir. Because Mother said to bring down a new music, which means that we don't sing in the old way, the Om chanting. It's not Om chanting, it's an Om choir. And that music, Mother said, is just above our heads, waiting to come down. So we have to work on getting rid of the past, sing in a new way by becoming an empty vessel through which the divine pours the music. Not us creating it, just us as the instruments. As always, we begin with our humming exercises because we have to warm up these two vocal cords, all that's been given us for our entire life. And the best way is to begin by humming. So we'll start just first one hum. Oh yes, I have one announcement. Those who wanted incense holders from the sacred service tree, I have brought them tonight for all of you who have asked for them and haven't received them. Years ago, I made 1,600 of them, about 4 years ago. They were put in all the prosperity bags, but many of us are not ashramites, in quotes, and did not receive them. So if you haven't received one and would like one, at the end of the Om choir, I have them. Okay. No? Oh, here's the note. Very good. Little higher now. We don't go too high at first because we don't want any strain here. No stress in the upper body, totally relaxed. And we should all sit nicely but be relaxed. This is an exercise for the vowel oo. Try to make it the flute sound, just like a flute. Oh, we missed that one. Su. Here's the note. So again. So. Yes. Put all of your consciousness even into this simple exercise. So. One more time. And now on the vowel with mother's name, Ma. Ma, 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 ma. And use the diaphragm. Don't sing from here. Let this push the air column up. Nice breath like this. Ma, 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 ma. See how nice that last ma comes out. But we have to really work hard with the diaphragm. Very hard. It's not as resistant as the mind or the body in general, but it has to be trained just as we have to train all the other parts in singing. Ma, 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 ma. Smriti, really good. Can you stand up and do it for us so everybody can see you? Ma, ma. Okay, watch. Ma, 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 ma. See, that muscle sustains the whole music. We take the breath, remember, like a baby breathes. No lifting the chest, no lifting the shoulders, just like a baby breathes like this. And then the diaphragm naturally comes out. Can you see that? Breath. Yes. Good. Very good. Once you've taken the air in, you have to keep the ribs out. Because if you don't, you're collapsing the harmonium and all the air is going out of the harmonium. Okay? So we have to keep the ribs out once we've done all that work to get. Here's what's happened. Instead of a runner is going to be running, they're going to be breathing through the nose and the mouth. Only this much air is coming into their lungs. Because they're under stress. They're under great stress. We're not under stress. We're all relaxed and we just breathe like that. Now, if we're going to sustain a long passage of music, we need all the breath that we've taken in and we have to give it out very, very slowly and carefully. And that's when the diaphragm comes in and it works very, very slowly to push the air column up and the notes out. Okay. Ma, 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 ma. It's a good exercise for the diaphragm. Huh? Okay? Ma, 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 ma. Okay. Here's what you're doing is trying to make it happen. It happens naturally. It doesn't. You don't have to push it out. It's going to go out of its own. You just pull it in. Just pull the diaphragm in. Ma, 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 ma. That's the idea. You got it now. Ma, 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 ma. Oh, and what did we say about opening the mouth on the ma? Stretch it as wide as you can, because you want all the music to come out. And the tongue, where's the tongue? The tongue, yes. Tip of the tongue is against the back of the lower teeth, like this. Yeah, it has to touch the teeth. Good. Because if the tongue is not that way, it's going to block the music coming out. Ma. Ma, 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 ma. Yes, and suddenly we have sound that we haven't heard before. Ma, 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 ma. Yes, and we smile too. Ma, 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 ma. And you see the ah is getting nicer and nicer, more and more beautiful. It's not ah, it's ah. Ma, 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 ma. Wide open mouth. Ma, 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 ma. Feel the difference. There's energy now. Ma, 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 ma. One more. Ma, 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 ma. Now, I want you to do that same exercise again, but on the top ma, really pull it in. And you'll see that it comes out like that without any strain at all. Ma, 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 yes, yes. Ma. I heard a very nice soprano sound there. One more. Ma, 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 ma. Oh, we got a chance to do one more yet. Let's go for it. Breathe. Breathe. Now. Ma, 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 ma. Yes, yes. Very, very good. Tonight, we want to work on blending a little bit again, because that's the most important thing in the Om choir. That recognition that we are a group soul, brought down by the Divine Mother for her work on earth. And knowingly or unknowingly, that's why we're all here. So we begin with our four tones. We'll take this group with the men. Om. so many different people, and so beautifully. One more, a little more complicated. Now, just as I point to a group, just this many people, so we'll be 2, 4, 6 here. Okay, we don't have it. Here's the note. I say it's a miracle every week that we can have such beauty for many first-time people. But that, for me, is the grace. And tonight, I'd like to read from Book 1, Canto 4 of Savitri. And the canto is called The Secret Knowledge. For me, it's a canto I read again and again and again. Jacques, do you have one?
You want me to recite your part?
Yes. Good. Now remember, in the Om choir, there are no wrong notes. We are all here aspiring for the music to come through this collective body. Anyone can begin because we are all truly one group soul. So different people should begin, and you will find that there are many experiences. And next week I'm going to read one to you by a young man who saw each person with the mother, and each one was a petal of her lotus. It's a very beautiful experience. Next week. A treasure of honey in the combs of God, a splendor burning in a tenebrous cloak. It is our glory of the flame of God, our golden fountain of the world's delight, an immortality cowled in the cape of death, the shape of our unborn divinity. It guards for us our fate in depths within, where sleeps the eternal seed of transient things. Always we bear in us a magic key, concealed in life's hermetic envelope, a burning witness in the sanctuary, regards through time and the blind walls of form. A timeless light is in his hidden eyes. He sees the secret things no words can speak, and knows the goal of the unconscious world, and the heart of the mystery of the journeying years.
guard thy soul, recover thy hid self. In silence, seek God's meaning in thy death. Then mortal nature change to the divine. Open God's doors, enter into his trance, cast thought from thee, that nimble ache of life. In his tremendous hush, stilling thy brain, his vast truth wakes within, and know and see. cast from these sands that veil thy spirit sights. In the enormous emptiness of thy mind, thou shalt see the eternal body in the world. Know him in every word heard by thy soul, in all contact. Meet a single touch. Conquer thy heart throbs. Let thy heart beat in God. Thy nature shall be the engine of his work. Thy voice shall house the mightiness of his word. And then shall thou harbor my force and conquer death.
all here, where each thing seems its lonely self, are figures of the soul transcendent one. Only by him they are. His breath is their life. An unseen presence molds the oblivious clay. As we stand for the last Om, anyone who has difficulty standing, please remain seated. Tuesday, the 14th, and the next Tuesday, the 21st, Mother's birthday, will be very special Om choirs at Savitri Bhavan. We have a free bus that leaves from Balcony Street at 5:15 and returns before 8 o'clock. So any of you who would like to come, you're most welcome. On Mother's birthday, it will be a candlelight Om with 100 and more candles held by each of us in aspiration for peace and harmony and divine love to govern the world.